এরপরেও এদেশে নাস্তিকার মুরতাদ যারা, রাসূলের দুশমন যারা, তাদের জন্য বাংলাদেশে ফাঁসির মঞ্চ কায়েম করতে হবে, ঠিক কিনা জোরে কর।
Bangladesh police totally betrayed me. They told me that I will help you, but they leaked my information to a fundamentalist. This only not my situation. Other bloggers also in Bangladesh totally dangerous. We have to always stay in a home, and we can't walk on road. We always have to move with the cars. I asking that government to help us and to pressurize our government. And that's all from my side.
G4. De laptop is aangesloten?
I'm an atheist ex-Muslim from Pakistan. I was born and raised in a very religious Muslim family. But circumstances, bad situations like my forced marriage at the age of 16 and sexual harassment and torture by my ex-husband in the name of Islam raised many questions in my mind about religion. I urge Dutch government to put pressure on Pakistan to end the blasphemy law and make it possible that everyone get his fundamental right of freedom of expression and to practice his or her own religion or no religion at all. Last but not least, I don't want to be victim. I want to be survivor, and I will struggle for it at all. Thank you very much.
Enough chairs. And we are calling dirty people. So I want to show them. I want to show them with being my kindness, with being as a human being. I want to show them that I'm not dirty. We have to have respect for them, though we are not believing on them.
I don't agree with you, because I will not accept a ideology that believes that I must be killed.
Our problem is the law. Their law is killing people. They will feel hurted whenever you start talking.
What kind of information did you get when you went to the Asylum Seeker Center about the freedoms in the Netherlands and maybe also the right to be a non-believer? Nothing?
I think so. It is necessary. COA just make some little groups of the people, and on weekly basis, they can educate the people.
They really support the Muslims and not to us. Because sometimes I wake up with the voice of Allahu Akbar, and I say, oh, it's Daesh here.
They're afraid of the religious.
If they say this is from our religion, it will be secret somehow, even in a country like this.
يفهموا الرسالة عملنا له المقدمات ولما الصبية السورية شكرتني بدمعة مرة شفت الوطن بالغربة شفت الثورة مستمرة خلايا القاعدة نايمة وخلايانا فايقة بسرة رد الشمس من غروبها بعد ما دفنتوها برا.
In Syria, I was just a normal guy. It just started with my mother who was sending me to learn religion and memorize Quran from very early age. And for some reason, in the same time, she bring me some science books for children. It started really in Saudi Arabia. I was working there, and I went to Mecca. I saw the Holy Land there, and it's really shocked me. I asked myself, why this is so holy? Nothing really special about this place. Because before I go, everybody told me, when you see the Kaaba for the first time, you will cry, and you will... But it was really normal, so it's nothing really about this. So I start to read. I read hadith books. I read the Quran, the explanation of Quran. I read some books for Dawkins, for some Arab atheists, and even I read the Tao and the Christian religious book. It's really started to be very clear in my head. This is not true. This is completely bullshit. And at that time in Saudi Arabia, I started to write some article, to make opinions, to go with discussion with Muslims there. But of course, nobody knows at that time, because it's really not a joke to be an atheist in Saudi Arabia.
This one?
ये छोटा ही है.
Which one?
Yeah, maybe this one.
This,
Maybe
natural.
this one. This is common, yeah? Oh, yes. And what about salt?
This.
Okay. Yeah, we can have wine during Ramadan. Yeah. I remember I was child and I asked to my mother, what if you people, I mean you, my mother and my father, if you would be Hindu or Christian, but there was no response. She just told me, you must have to shut your mouth off. What kind of questions you are asking me? Are you a crazy girl?
We start an organization for ex-Muslims in Pakistan because there is no other organization to help the non-believers. There are many people who left the Islam, but they are not well organized. But we started from social media.
We were really afraid, but we started it with our fake identities, you can say. We just hide our identities, and after that we just took a step. I received many threats, even death threats, and some religious mob come to our house and they just stoned to our house as well. They were saying us kafir in a really loud voice, and all our neighbors were really worried what is happening in front of our home. They just launched a FIR against me.
What's that?
It was some kind of blasphemy act, and it was the police case.
If you go to the court, they can kill you. If they put you in the jail, maybe some person in the jail kill you. So you can say it's very easy. If you want to destroy someone's life, you can accuse him or her in a blasphemy case, and he will be dead.
I saw the first killing by myself in Syria. It was a small demonstration in the capital Damascus. I saw by my own eyes 3 people killed by beating, not by bullets, by just beating with the sticks and with the... So I decided at that time that the world must know. I started to work with some human rights organization, very small, Syrian. I start to reporting, picturing, and make some movies about what's happening there. And that time, we dreamed about freedom, freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of not to be religion. So I started, I think, magazine in Damascus. Till now, it is electronic, coming every month. I published the article of the unknown atheist, Arab atheist, and they are a lot. I think it is the first of its kind. There is no such thing in Arab world, in Arabic language at least. You will never find a TV or a radio station who invite atheists and let him just speak, you know.
We don't have any friends. No, we don't have any friends there in our camp because I think so they don't like us. Maybe because of my getup, my looks, my dress as well. I don't cover my head, my face. I don't know really, but they don't like. And we spend our all time together.
We was living in Den Helder camp, and there are rooms, but shared rooms, shared with two couples. And Kowa sent a couple to our room that to share that room. But that man come to me and ask, your wife don't wear a headscarf? I said no. He said, so I don't want to live with you people.
He looked at me as well and my husband and head to toe, you know, like this. And he said, oh, so you're not a Muslim, you're kafir. We felt really bad.
Everyone, first question, if someone come to meet you and there is any new person or you are new to the camp, everyone asks you first question that, are you Muslim?
It is same like when we were there in Pakistan and we tried to keep our identity hide and we were not able to share anything there in Pakistan. Same here. When they just get to know that we are non-believers, we just left Islam, then they can be furious with us.
I'm here in Netherlands from 6 months, and every time when I talk with Koa and other persons related to Koa, they used to say me that if someone asks you about your religion, don't tell them about your situation because it's not very easy for you, and you get it will be harmful for you. So please keep quiet. If someone asks you again and again, you can say that you are Muslim.
Bladzijde 20, hè? 1.6 gaat over typisch Nederlands. Typisch Nederlands.
Usually. Typical.
Typical, ja. Typisch, dus echt Nederlands. Ja, begrijpen jullie wat dat is? Typisch Nederlands. Volgende stukje gaat over het weer. Belangrijk in Nederland. Eamon, wil jij een stukje lezen over het weer?
Soms is het slecht weer, maar Nederlands. Klegen?
Nee, niet klagen.
Klagen. Altijd over het weer. In de zomer vinden ze het te warm. In de winter vinden ze het te koud.
Ja, dankjewel.
Ja.
Goed.
When I was in Asylum Seeker Center, it was something really like being in Syria or in other Arab country. You don't feel that you are in a European country. Unfortunately, because everything is the same. Where you cannot say what you want. You can criticize what you want. If your roommate or want to wake up at 5 in the morning and start to pray and make you wake up, you cannot say anything because he said, this is my religion. So you cannot just go to the COA or the administration of the camp and tell him, don't let him wake me up at 5 in the morning to just pray. You cannot do this. And they will not do anything because this is what they call it, the freedom of religion. which is really dangerous, if you know what I mean. It's not about the praying, of course. This is not the danger part. The danger part that when you brainwash the people with the thoughts of hitting everybody. When I heard so many times in the as it say that those are about the Dutch people. Those are infidels. Those are who really hate us and they bring us to slave us and really don't matter if they had a disaster here. But it's really sick. It's a really sick mind when you are religious, really religious. It's really twisted your mind in a very strange way.
Even in Netherlands, we get death threats and on social media, and people from Pakistan and living in Rotterdam, they're sending us very furious messages and start a campaign against us that we are non-believers and running a non-believer organization in Pakistan. So they try to get our location that where we live in Netherlands and send us many messages that they will kill us. So I go to the police, so launch a complaint against them. Just a minute, I'll show you the police report. Please send us a letter after I launch a complaint after 2 weeks that we are working on this, but it's about 2 months, and I got no response from police yet. What happened with them, I don't know.
I have a daughter of 8 years old and I am not supposed to talk to her and I'm not supposed to see her or, well.
It's painful for us to talk about our children because we don't even see them, don't even talk with them.
Yes, cheers.
I was married before and I have 2 daughters from my ex-wife, but I don't have any contact with them because when I came openly with a non-believer organization that I'm a free thinker, they are not used to accept this.
Yes, we cannot.
So it's not
really,
very easy.
Yes, it's really
it's
painful.
very painful that you left our children.
It's really disturbing sometimes. It's not so easy.
Thank God.
Contra Baruch Espinosa. It was 1656 when this excommunication was made by the Jewish community, the Portuguese synagogue here in Amsterdam. Spinoza die had gewoon allerlei soorten ideeën over religie. Hij zei, God is eigenlijk de optelsom van natuurkrachten. En dat werd eigenlijk allemaal heel erg gezien als blasfemisch. En om die reden heeft hij dus een banvloek aan zijn broek gekregen. We order that no one should communicate with him, orally or in writing, or show him any favor, or stay with him under the same roof, or within 4 ells of him, or read anything composed or written by him.
What was the punishment then for those who had contact with Spinoza? Like, who were in contact?
Well, then you could be banned too. Because if you or you could have a fine.
Yeah, they were not receiving the threats of killing or something like this.
Yeah.
That they couldn't kill you, but to socially ban, that was an allowed way of punishing people inside a religious community.
One of our own experience, and as I say, we were once talking with a friend and told him that for receiving status in the Netherlands, some of the people in, as I say, in a refugee camp, they convert to Christianity. And he told me that, why are you waiting for? You should go yourself and hit that man or kill him because he turned or converted to another religion. Yeah. Because people now think that this is their own responsibility, that their religion gives to them.
It was strange that while I was writing this article on the Islam of ISIS and the Taliban, so many religious leaders, particularly named, wrote my name and saying that this guy is a pervert. Yeah. He should be killed wherever he found.
In the Muslim community, it's allowed to everybody to interfere if in even your bedroom, what you are doing in your bedroom with your wife, it's really strange.
How Spinoza just managed when people were not allowed to live in a same roof, you just told us. So how he just managed?
Spinoza was in a very enlightened environment. So there were a lot of people who thought the same way like he did. So he was, in a way, he was socially excluded, but he had a lot of friends to support him, also financially, but also, as a human being.
But I think his economic independence contributed a lot in this case. Yeah. The case would have been different if he was poor.
Yeah.
Definitely. اما در سال 1993 موزیم ملی افغانستان I was feeling lucky to be a presenter in Afghanistan, in a traditional country. Accepted profession for women in Afghanistan is to be a teacher. But when you see that your family is supporting you in such a job, your happiness becomes double.
Education is the key factor in my life that changed my view about the world, and that somehow caused me a lot of trouble because I was not quite a silent person.
دوباره شما رو خوش آمدید میگم به برنامه. قرار که در آغاز برنامه گفتم جاوید هامشنر پژوهشگر آزاد در برنامه خواهیم داشت و در مورد تحقیقی که ایشان در مورد کنفرانس‌های بین‌المللی افغانستان انجام دادن بحث میکنیم. شما رو خوش آمدید میگم به برنامه.
شما منابع خود من عرض درود و ادب دارم خدمت شنوندگان و بینندگان تلویزیون تورا.
Javid was coordinating youth programs, and he trained us on how to write essays and research papers and stuff like that. I thought that it is a good idea to invite him in my show and ask him about the things that he did, about his book. He came to my show and we had a chat for half an hour. He went back and then we start calling each other. And the formal relationship became informal gradually. And not too late, I think. After 6 months, he proposed, like, I want to marry you. I said, wait a moment, I have to think about this. And I have to discuss it with my parents as well, because that is what you do in Afghanistan. And my answer was yes, but I wanted to get some time.
I studied in MBA. MBA means Marketing and Business Administration. And so my concentration was in marketing. And I was getting a job in a bank. But I almost getting the appointment letter. So that time I came here. I love to play cricket in Bangladesh. I do theater and I do music. I always busy with these kind of things. And social movement, activism and blogging. In the beginning, when I was starting blogging, at the time I was like 19 years old.
I just posted the simple things. Later that I got a big reaction in the Facebook. Then I started discussing more things, how burqa was invented in Islam, how burqa only for a wife of Prophet, not for all of the girls in the beginning. So I discussed these kinds of things, and I saw that it's a big reaction. I'm coming from the blogosphere. Some of the people are really appreciating. We don't know this. These types of things happened in Islam. Then I started little bigger post. And finally in 2012 I got that, yeah, I'm one of the popular blogger criticizing Islam.
What came to me as a surprise was that in 2012 I was at the danger of being traced and found by Taliban. They want me to answer their questions and why a person from such a religious family uses his knowledge and platform against Taliban. I didn't go because I was sure that it's not just an ordinary investigation, but a trap that you will be kidnapped and never found again. Because I was at the peak of my career in Afghanistan, it was difficult to decide that I would leave my university and teaching position and come to Netherlands and leave everything behind and start everything from zero.
Javid had his own problems, and my problem was different. My mother was usually criticized for what I was doing. My brother was usually criticized by people around us. And when Javid told me about the problems that he was facing in Ghazni province, and then when he received a call from his parents that it is not safe for you to come back, I just went with his decision. The most exciting thing and the thing that was promoted by COA as something very different in Holland was the matter of LGBT rights, that you have to be careful and respect them in this country, but no mention of religion.
If you are a Muslim want to convert to Christianity, you will find thousands of church supporting you. If you are a Christian who want to convert to Islam, you will find 10,000 of mosques supporting you and organization and anything. But if you are atheist, nothing.
One day, one of the Bangladeshi person came in my asylum center. He was telling him this as a killer and as an activist of Jamaat Islami. Actually, Jamaat Islami is the group who are killing the Bangladeshi blogger. And Koa told me, so you should hide yourself. We can't do anything. So at the beginning, I was really traumatized. So after closing the door, I was crying again. How Koa behave like this? Why I have to hide myself? So then why I came here for a better security?
Yeah, but it's really horrifying. Again, what you're saying that that if you really need to hold on to the fundamental rights in the Netherlands, that it's nuanced, like no, well, just shut up and just don't be provoking or something. That's really, I'm really ashamed of that.
Only 2 or 3% in the asylum center know that I'm atheist. I faced several times of problem here. Then I was drinking beer in my room. They came in my room, don't drink beer. I told him that I'm in Netherlands, so why it's my right. I could drink anything in my room, but he was telling me, no, it's haram. So I told that Netherlands also a haram country because 60% people are atheist here, non-religious. Why you came here? He was just telling me, don't teach me anything. I know you're better than you. After this kind of incident, I used to close my door always. Most of them think that I'm Hindu, and some of them I told them, yes, I'm Buddhist because I have to save my life. I don't want to threaten myself here again. That's why I sometimes, when they ask my religion seriously, what is religion? I say that I'm Buddhist. Google is not going to be closed. I got new food card.
You got new food card. Special in pink.
Pink, very common.
I was in my country 25 years. None of my friends invited me to take Islam seriously. But in the asylum center, I got invitation to take Islam more than 20 times.
They asked you to become Muslim.
To become Muslim.
And as I say, we were always in our room, speaking with each other all the time. 9 months we were speaking with each other. Our neighbors who were coming and living with us in the same corridor the first question that they were asking us was, Muslim? Because they couldn't speak English very well. The first word that they were asking you. Mostly Syrian people, from Libya as well, but Syrian people were very interested in this question. They were asking us, Muslim? And the answer was obviously no. Why? And then, because we, how can you explain for them? Because they don't understand the language too. Then Afghanistan, Muslim, no? And then they stop having conversation with you. It was not our fault or us, and we are not to blame. Why not to have conversation with them?
They don't really understand why a person become non-believer. It's a sort of unethical for them. And it is sometimes nice to explain to them that by name it is a Muslim country, but there are more than 20% non-believers and more than 50% of non-practicing Muslims. And sometimes it doesn't really go well. They think, oh, that's your opinion. I know Afghanistan better than you because I know that it's an Islamic country. It is a country that stands for Islam more than anything else.
I remember one time our neighbor, the women said that Osama is a good guy, right?
Yeah,
Osama bin
sometimes,
Laden.
yeah. They dare to... I have been a very outspoken person against the Taliban. And they get really pissed off when they hear that I don't like the Taliban. They think the Taliban was the best regime for Afghanistan because it stood for Islam and it was implementing Islam as it should.
A blog that you had written in English was translated and published in Afghanistan.
Mm.
What happened afterwards?
That changed my life, actually. Post that article... everything changed. My relationship with my family changed, my friendship changed. I think that is probably the biggest experience of my life.
Get out!
Saru, how are you doing, man? Am I too good? You're doing good. Then I.
Hey!
In 2013, when one of my friends was killed, we first realized that someone could be killed because of his writing. I started hiding myself. I hid myself for 1 year in a house, just because in our country, more than, how do you say, 1 million people crowded in the same place to demanding death penalty of 84 bloggers. So I'm one of the 84 one of the blogger on that list.
যত নাস্তিকবাদী ধর্মবিরোধী রাসূলের অবমাননাকারী আছে তাদের মৃত্যুদণ্ডের বিধান রেখে সংসদে আইন পাস করতে হবে।
In 2015, we saw that Abhijit Roy was killed, and he is one of the most prominent writer in our country. After his killing, most of them blogger, we got traumatized because he is like a father of our blog, and we could say he's a Richard Dawkins in Bangla version, Richard Dawkins Bangla version. He was an American citizenship person. He came on Bangladesh to publish his 2 new books. He was killed in a book fair in front of the people by machete. His wife survived, and he was killed. Then after 1 month, another blogger was killed in Dhaka, and every month, one after one blogger was killed. Most of them killed in the road and in the home by machete. Because police published my real identity, all of the senior bloggers told me, you have to leave the country now, you can't stay here. When I was facing IND in Netherlands, I was counting how many hit list my name is included. I saw that more than 15 to 20.
I think people didn't really understand my article. My article, what I wanted to defend was that there are people who kill innocent people for the sake of religion. A normal human being with common sense would never kill another human being just for the sake of his father being a non-Muslim or secular or Shia or whatever. So I thoroughly believe that religion fuels hatred among communities. It was translated by the son-in-law of Gulbuddin Hekmatyar, who is one of the worst warlords and who killed thousands of residents of Kabul during the civil war. He translated it from English to Pashto, which is the language spoken in the more radical regions of Afghanistan. He asked people to find me and kill me because, according to him, I was a pervert who doesn't have the right to live anymore. At that time, I was in Holland, and what took me as a shock was that I was not aware of the developments at the time. I just received a Facebook message from a friend 2 days after the incident. And I checked that, I read my name, and I didn't believe that they were talking about me because...
The Facebook page was still easy. We thought that it's only a Facebook page.
But it was shared by thousands of people.
No, then we saw a news in VOA. VOA also
Voice of America,
had an article about Javeed, and that was pretty much shocking.
I was receiving so many death threats through Facebook and hate messages, and the first advice of the police, Netherlands police, was that I have to delete my Facebook page and also close my blog because they can trace my residency, and so it is dangerous for me because those religious extremists, they have also certain members in the Netherlands, so they can also help me find out.
This is my girlfriend, and this was my my friend's girlfriend. So this is completely illegal.
This was in Iran?
We went, yes.
A little place of freedom.
Yes, a little place of freedom in the middle of the mountains.
So you had to go to the jungle, to the mountains to be yourself.
Yeah, if there is public, if there is one person see you there, then it will be a problem for you.
This is the traditional
Dress of Pakistan.
shalwar kameez.
What?
Shalwar kameez.
Kameez, yeah.
Yeah.
What are you looking at?
The only chance is like.
She's my daughter.
She's, how old is she now?
At this time, she's 4 years old. Yeah.
And who are next to you?
He's my older brother. He died in Iran.
Really?
Yeah. She's my mom.
Wow.
On that night that she threw me out.
When was the last time that you spoke to her?
It was like 2012.
You didn't spoke to her for 4 years.
Boys, look.
Oh, wow.
No.
Sorry. No, I have another one, but this is me. I was cute. I still cute.
تساوي يلا يلا
I feel safe here in Netherlands, yes. It's a good atmosphere here. My daughters start to learn Dutch language. They are very good in it. They have a gymnastics school, a dancing school. This is really great for them. If I will not be killed or from some Muslim who want to approach his God through me, I think it's a great country to live.
What drives you to start a website and to organize conferences here in Europe?
Actually, is more like protecting your. Maybe this is how I protect my daughters. Maybe how I protect the people I love. If all what I did in my life changed the mind of one man who was deciding to blow himself, this is more than enough.
I feel safe if there no one know my exact location, then it's okay. But sometimes I feel bad that maybe I'm in the train going to Rotterdam and someone recognize me and I don't know what happened then.
But now you're being filmed. What if people see you on television?
Well,
I don't know.
For me, I think so. I have no problem. Okay, if they watch it, okay, they can. I have no issue. Because in Pakistan, we had no right to go to police and ask them that we are an ex-Muslim and someone is here to
Threaten us.
To threat us. But now at least we can go to police and we can launch a complaint. So at least we have an option.
One of my blogger friend now is in Germany. German police informed he that we got information by our intelligence department. You supposed to be killed. We have to protect you. German police.
In Germany?
In Germany. So it was happened almost 6 or 7 months ago. So he informed all of us that please, if you are in Netherlands, if you are in Sweden, if you are in Norway, France, but stay low profile, don't share your location. So I'm thinking they are going for a really bigger plan to kill someone in Europe to afraid us that if you left your country, it doesn't create any value. We could reach Europe too.
Nowadays, after watching the suicide attack in Belgium and the attack in Paris, these all are things that increase our concerns about living in Europe as well. We feel that no, it is not that safe that we talk.
Everybody is saying, that if you have an option to talk about ISIS, why you talk about it then? Because it's a dangerous topic, and there are many people who are feeling related to ISIS in the Netherlands. For quite a long time I stopped writing, but then I changed my mind. I said it is not the right way to do so. It might affect so many people's lives if I actively promote the right to not have a religion.
Yeah.
More awareness is the key to developing and securing a very good life for non-believers. If I remain silent and she remains silent and everybody remains silent, at the end of the day we don't exist.
Somebody said, I thought we would meet Spinoza. We don't say who, but they say, oh, we are going to meet Spinoza. No, he's dead for fun. Yeah.
And really, once I also think that we will go and Spinoza will give us a lecture.
Spinoza will give me the lecture, yeah. No, he's dead already.
Very first time I think this.
Wil je meer weten over deze documentaire en de situatie van ongelovigen? Ga dan naar www.onderongelovigen.nl.